Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn with Animesh, and you are watching the fifth part of Learn Playwright with TypeScript series. So in the last video, we learned about writing our first test in Playwright. Although it was a 2-line code, but it was a stepping stone to write test using Playwright. And in this video, we'll be going into one of the important parts of test automation, which is locators and selectors, and then we'll learn about Playwright locators. Guys, the question though for those who are doing test automation for the first time is like, what is a selector and what is a locator? Selector is a unique way to identify an HTML element in DOM. So DOM stands for document object model, which I have shown in the last lecture. When you click on right click and click on inspect, tree node structure, that is called document object model. Selector is a way uniquely identify an HTML element. Let's say you have a button, you have a text box, those things you need to identify uniquely. That's called as selector. And few of the popular selector strategies are called XPATH and CSS selector. There are other selector strategies like ID, class, those are present. I'll be showing you what is the syntax of writing XPATH and CSS selector in this lecture, because those are one of the important concepts when doing test automation. And locators. So locators is a high-level concept how automation tools like Selenium, Cypress, Playwright have identified elements using selectors. So like Selenium have find element by ID, role, XPath, those elements, driver.find element, and then Cypress have sci.find, sci.get. So in this way, Cypress uses those locators, and Playwright have a special locator like get by locators. There are total 7 get by locators Playwright use, and there is an old way of using page.locator. That is also a way of identifying elements using Playwright. So I'll be showing all of those, but prior to that, I'll be showing you what is a CSS and what is an XPath. I am on my demo website, as you can see. First of all, we need to inspect the DOM. So to inspect the DOM, right click anywhere in the page and click on inspect. It will open up a DOM like structure. Say I want to identify XPath for this first name input field. So first of all, I need to click here, and if I click here, then you see this is an input element with ID, first name, class, input field, placeholder, first names, and so on. So how can I write an XPath and see if this we can identify this element using XPath? So I have done Control F or Command F in Mac to find an element, and here you see you can find an element here. Syntax of writing XPath is /, then the tag name is input for this, and then I'll use square braces opening and closing, and inside that it's @ and then attribute name. So attribute, I know the ID of this is in quotation is first name. So if you see this, so this is an XPath locator, and you see one of one matching element found, and this was highlighted here. The first name is selected. Playwright use get by locators. So there are 7 type of get by locators Playwright use, which I'll be coming. But prior to that, this Playwright have a page.locator. You can use any selector like XPath or CSS or any kind of text to identify element using this locator. But this is not a recommended way. But I'll be showing you how to identify this element using page.locator. So this is the project we are working, and we have already write our first test. So let me give you need to use the page fixture, and then if you use locator, inside this locator we can use any XPath or selector. So let's say I want to use the XPath of that particular first name. So this is input, and then @ID equals first name. This is the way of uniquely identify the element here. And let's say I want to fill this with something. So after finding a locator, I need to use this to perform an action, right? So input field, we need to write something. So in Playwright, we can use fill, and let's say I'll be filling it with Animesh, and that's it. This page.locator, as this fill, you see this is returning a promise, so we have to use await, which is my copilot is suggesting, so I'll be using await. Let's execute this test and see if this is passing or not. I'll click on this execute button. Browser opens up, and the test passed. See, it has written Animesh here. If you navigate to the page in the official documentation, you will see this is the 7 ways you can identify elements in Playwright. Recommended way to use the get by locator is to use the get by role. You can see this get by role. We can use it in this way: page.getByRole. If this is a heading, then sign up. Then if this is a checkbox, then we are writing the name of the checkbox. And if that's a button, then we are writing the name of the button. Let's identify this single click me button using the get by role. So let me inspect this. As you can see, this is a single click me. Text name is single click me and the role type is button. If I want to execute this, let me go here. For timing, I'll comment it. Then there's a page dot get by role. This role, you can see all the roles here. So as you can see, this is a button. So I'll be using this as a button. So this will be a button. And then I need to use a comma, and as an object I have to use name, and then name of the button is in the single quote. I'll be using this one, and in order to perform a click operation we will be using dot click. I'll be showing you all the operations in the next lecture though, but for now this click should be fine. And as this click is returning a promise, so we have to use await. So let's execute this test and see if this is working or not, and this is able to perform the click or not. The browser have opened and it has performed the click. If I am here, let's say this is the register now button. I'm inspecting this one and the text is register now. So instead of get by role, just comment it out. Let's say await page.get by text, and you need to just provide the text here, and then regardless of the role it should click here. Let's execute this. It should able to identify the register now using the text and clicked on it. It has passed. But guys, you have to be really careful. If this text is not unique in the DOM, then this will fail, and you have to. You see, this is an input field. This type text you are seeing. So if I right click and inspect the element, you will see there is a placeholder for this type text. This is the placeholder. So if I use this and go in my code, page.get by placeholder, and then I have to paste it, and let's say I want to type something, and as this is a promise, as you know, we have to use await. Let's execute this and see. So as you can see, this has typed Animesh here. So the get by placeholder is working. So we have seen get by role, get by text, get by placeholder. If your developer have developed it using, let's say, this data test ID, then you can use this unique ID as a Playwright Locator. So it's get by test ID. Let me go here. So await page.get by test ID, and you need to provide the test ID here. So I have to use the first name, and this is a fill, so it's fill Animesh. Should work. Let's execute this one and see if this is working or not. Yep, it has typed Animesh here. Now it comes to multiple elements, locating multiple elements. Let's go to the page again, and if you see, if I scroll it down, see this, there are two home buttons. Text is home and only the color is different, but they are not unique. They are actually duplicate element. So let's say I want to click on this blue home button. So let's say if I go here on my, and I'm using this role here, so await page dot get by role, and this role is button, and then I am using the name here, and the name should be button, and then I want to perform a click operation on that. Guys, what do you think? What should it click on? Should it click on the blue one or the yellow one? Let's do it and see what it is clicking on. Oh, that's failed. What happened? Okay, so this test have failed. See this error message, you see strict mode violation. It's like resolves to 2 elements instead of 1 element, and then Playwright is suggesting either to use this dot first and dot nth. This is the concept of identifying multiple elements if you do not find a unique element. So Playwright provides this nth element and first and last element. Let's say you want to click on the first blue button, home button. So you see in the DOM, this is the first one and this is the next one. It have unique color, but the buttons are similar. If you want to click here on the first, this blue button, then I need to simply identify the element with dot first, and then I'll be performing a click. Should click on the blue one. So let's see. Blue home button is clicked. It has clicked the first home button, and then if you want to use the yellow one, then I will be using last, and if I execute this, the yellow home button clicked. This is one of the important aspects. When you have multiple elements, you can use first or last, but let's say you have 3 or 4 elements, so it cannot be first or last. Like in that scenario, you have to use the nth one. Nth, if nth is a 0 base, if you see, returns locator to the nth matching element, it's a 0 base. So let's say you want to click on the blue one, then you will be using 0, and it should click on the 0, the first one, the blue one, and if you on 1, then it should click on the yellow one. Yep, so see, so this is how you identify an element here, if there are multiple elements resolving to that selector. This is the concept of first, last, and nth. Say you have a top navigation bar here, and this is home, about, contact, login, register. How do you get this text of those all the header menu? So if I inspect this one, so this is a nav container. Inside that nav container there is a nav link, an order list, and inside that nav links there is a list of home, and this all the 5 elements are there. Let me find out first the header navigation menu element. The class is this one. If I do a dot nav link, and then if I go inside that nav link, and this is an li item, so list item. If I go a list, this is resolving to 5 elements. That means this is having home, about us, contact us, login, and register. If I want to get all the text of those header menu, I'll be using this page.locator here. So let's say await page.locator, and then it will be giving me this. So this will give all the locators, and let's say I need to get the text of all the header menus. So Playwright gives a really good helper methods. That's all if text contents, and I want to console and then log it to print it here. So it should give all the elements. See home, about us, contact us, login, and register. But let's say you don't want that all text contents, because this is resolving to multiple 5 elements. You want to extract individual element and then wanted to check if this is a home, this is about us, and login and register. How do you do it? I would like to store this in a nav links. const nav links equals, and let's say this is containing all the links here. So now what I'll be doing here, I'll be running a for loop of await then nav links dot element handles. This element handle is a property where it resolves all matching DOM elements. So that means whatever element is present inside this nav links, it will give me individual element there. And let's say once I'm getting the individual element, then I'll be just console logging the element text content. So each element have a text content, and then this is element handles is giving all the elements to me, and I'm just console logging that. Let me execute and see. It should print all the elements one by one instead of an array. Yep. Then see home, about us, contact us, login and register. If you want to extract individual element from a list of elements which is resolved to multiple elements, then you need to use this element handle. I am here, so as I've shown you, npx test -UI. So if I use this UI mode, say I want to execute this test, so I'll be just, this test is just to navigate to the URL and verify the title. So I just executed this test. It will open up the web browser. This is the web page that has opened. And now let's say you have to identify a locator here and you want to save your time. So this is a really good hack which gives you Playwright locators. So you see this locator button, just click here and click on the first name. You see get by test ID first name. Then let's say I want to click here. It will replace, let's say, get by role, text name is type text, and let's say I have this single click me. So I have clicked here and you'll find get by role button names single click me. So this is a really good way if you are learning how to identify elements in Playwright. This UI mode will really help you to identify elements. This home button, let's say you want to click on this home button. So it get by role button name, and it is giving you the first one. And let's say if I am clicking on this yellow one, then it is giving me that I have to do nth one. Time for a knowledge check. If you follow along the lecture, you should be able to provide the correct answer and just comment your answer in the YouTube comment section and I'll be replying to you. Thanks guys for watching the video. In the next lecture, we'll be going and deep diving how we can identify different elements, like how we can select a drop down, how we can upload file, how we can check a checkbox and radio button. So we'll be performing all those actions in the next lecture.